We're going to go through a bit of a bivvy review. It sounds really weird if you keep saying it.
Review, yeah.
That's a weird word, isn't it? Compare this one to James's one, so let's go for this one first and then James will take you through his one. Yeah. Alright?
Yeah.
I won't go through the setting up and all the features because there's proper videos out there that do that. If you come inside...
I don't want to go inside.
So right, inside I've got the Fox flat liner bed and it's not touching either end. It's not touching the back, it does fit really snug across the back, nice and flat, obviously because the bivvy is a flat back bivvy. You've got all the features. I won't go through all the zips and all the features because there's, like I say, there's proper videos out there. The pockets are double handy. Obviously you've got your 4 pockets. There's more than enough room inside these bivvies. I'm 6'2" and my head's still not touching the top and I'm sitting very comfortably. I'm not squatting down at all. I can see out of the door's nice and high and I've got loads of room in front of me either side, although it is a bit of a mess in there, I will give you that. But you can see I've got the Ridge Monkey large barra bag, that's in here. I've got like another barra bag here and some camera bags, stuff bag and a food bag and a table, and I've still got plenty of room, and there's still enough room here to put this chair or a chair. If you haven't got like a chair buddy or bed buddy, you can put it in the front here, still plenty of room. They are a cracking piece of kit. They do go up easy and quick. They pack down brilliant. You get an oversized bag that it all comes in and everything fits inside that bag, so you haven't got 2 or 3 bags to bring along with you. It's just the one bag, which for me that suits me fine. I'm not too worried about the weight, so it's not like I'm walking around the place carrying it. It just goes on the trolley. I have spent nights in it without the vapor shield on top in the rain, and I've still not had condensation inside the bivvy, if that's what you're wondering. When you buy it in the bag, you get everything that you see. You get a heavy ground sheet which has got that flat bit in the front here, which is big fair. I've only used it once and it was really handy. I only really use a ground sheet if it's really muddy or the grass is really long. But it's quite nice having that bit that folds back, because when I was using it I was going in and out of the water with my wellies, and you can fold that back, take your wellies off and then fold it back down again, and your bivvy's still nice and dry. You're not traipsing damp boots inside the bivvy, which is great. So that's pretty much inside. So you get the bivvy, the ground sheet, and you get 3 doors. At the moment I've just got the mozzie door in here as well. You don't need to see it, but I've generally just use the mozzie mesh because I normally keep the doors open anyway. Obviously these side panels come off, so it can be just completely open. So you get the mozzie mesh door, you get a clear door, which is the whole thing is clear, it's not a flap, or you get a solid infill panel door, which is also, you know, obviously it's a letterbox style, and I don't know, whichever way you want to open it. The vents are brilliant, so you've got the 360 vent system all the way around you, and which I have found as well, because it's got like the storm bits on it, what they call it, or whatever they call it. So you can pull the bottom of the flap open and peg it out, so you still get all the air coming through the mozzie mesh. And also I have found as well, when it's very sunny and hot, it is pretty good in here. I've got to say, it ain't that bad. If the sun, I mean, you can follow the sun around, so you can have that side open and the back's open, and as the sun moves around you, you can close and open the vents up and down to keep the sun from coming in and cooking everything, or you can have them all open. And as you probably know, they zip right down, so it's actually fully open like this without anything in there at all. So you do get great airflow, I've got to be honest. The vapor peak was an extra, and that was the only extra that I've had to buy for the Bivvy. So obviously your storm poles, they come with it as well. So for value for money, I personally don't think you can beat it for what you get in the bag. If we have a quick walk around, you can actually see just how flat the back is. I will say as well, this vapor shield, or vapor peak shield, whatever they call it, it fits absolutely perfect. You don't get, like where the seams are, they actually come down on the poles. It's not to one side or anything like that. Where because obviously you flip it through there, that's all elasticated, so it pulls down nice and tight, and you don't get no flapping whatsoever. You've got your guttering on there, you've got your rod pegs there, or rod straps, and also rod straps on the Bivvy itself if you're not using the shield. You can see just how flat that back is. It's not a slight curve or pretending to be flat, it is flat. So your bed does go nicely along the back there. It's a great size. The footprint, I think it was just over 2 meters wide, but just over 2 meters depth. What I would say is, when you're putting them up, I would peg the middle one first, just to hold it in place, and then when you're actually pegging it all out, do the back first, and then I'll go to the front. That's how I do it. You might find it different or easier, different way, but I find it just sets up better and easier that way. Also, I have found with the storm poles, don't put them slightly coming out at an angle to the front. I've done that the first time, and I did put a very slight bow in one of the storm poles, but it's not an issue. It hasn't hampered it in any way or any shape or form. Great material, feels good, nice and strong, and it is super roomy. So this I paid with the vapor shield 600 all in. That's the Fox Frontier X. I think Fox have done a good job on it, to be fair. The boss feels good, like the centre boss. That feels fairly, that feels strong. I don't feel like it's going to break on me at all. Just have to remember, when you put it down, the middle pole that clips in, not on the vape shield, actually on the Bivvy, make sure you lift it a little bit, take the tension off before you push the button down. Because I've heard people have broken them before, but I don't know how. It's just being silly, really, if you ask me. So yeah, so that's the Frontier X. I think it's a good bit of kit. I think it's great value for money compared to other bivvies on the market. So let's compare it with the the Trakker Tempest 100 or whatever it is.
Trakker Tempest EV100. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me or not.
No, so if you didn't hear that, it's the Trakker Tempest EV100. They're quite similar in size, to be fair, but I'll let James go through that. Also, I do like about this is the sides are really straight, so it is quite boxy. You're not losing any headspace as you go towards the end or any room where it's coming in. So if you are in the market for a bivvy, I would say seriously consider the Frontier, whether it be the Frontier X or the Frontier XD, whatever you want to go for, the Frontier X Lite. There's so many options now. But yeah, thumbs up the Fox, well done. Action.
Trakker Tempest AV100 bivvy. I went for this because it's slightly bigger than my old one, but it's still small. I'm not the tallest of blokes. I'm 5'8", just under 5'9". Correct yourself there. And as you can see, I'm sitting on my bed at the moment, and I'm upright. If I slip back a little bit further, my head is touching there. It's not a flat back, the Tempest. So everybody thinks it's a flat back. It's not flat back. It's got a V back here. And I thought, well, I don't really like that until I started using it. And you just throw things behind, because if you're a messy sod like me, as you can tell, straight behind you, all gone, out of sight, out of mind. It's got more room than I was used to. There's more room than I was expecting. This is only the 100 side, so this is it's not the brolly, it's the one up from the brolly, it's the Bivvy. No pockets in it, none. Sort it out, Tempest. Sort it out, Trakker.
And you've got one pocket.
Eh?
And you've got one pocket.
Not one pocket.
Not even half a pocket.
Not even a half a pocket.
You've got lots of hooks though, haven't you?
I have got lots of hooks, because you can get an inner capsule for it, as you can see. Now what they've done is, for the inner capsule, just to make it a little bit easier to hook up, is to make the back ones red, so you don't get confused on your way through, which I thought was a nice little touch, because if you're like me and you're a bit stupid, you might screw it up when you first put it in. You put the red ones onto the red ones and it's all lined up for you. The inner capsule does come on with its own ground sheet as well, so it's a full encapsulated thing. It's got 360 ventilation. It's a good size for me. The material is the best on the market at the moment. It's 25,000 hydrostatic head rating. Why you need that much, I don't know, but you never know. You might be caught out in a torrential downpour, and sometimes seams do go. This one won't. It just won't. But that's it inside. There's no. I can't open the vents from the inside like Rob can. Oh yeah, it's a Tempest. It's tried and tested for years and years. The zips on the doors, they're super smooth on the new ones, on the EV100. They're very nice. You get these quick release storm poles in it. Top of the door is a little tricky sometimes. If you don't quite line it up, you have to sort of play about with the door just to get this to velcro up. Because if you're like me and you're a little bit of a wuss with a cold, you like to shut the door at night. So it can be a little tricky. On the outside, I've gone for the skull cap wrap. It's not just a vapor peak like it is, a skull cap like Rob's. This is a skull cap wrap. Now it doesn't come, you don't have to buy the skull cap and then get the wrap to go over it. It comes as one piece, it's one piece. So when you see a skull cap wrap for the Tempest advertised, it comes as one piece. Now, I was a little peeved off with the material that it's made out of, because it's the same hydrostatic head rating, but the skull cap wrap hasn't got the same backing as the Bivvy. So this, when your sun's beating through, the sun shines through this more. Well, this is a complete light block. This stuff's a complete light block. This doesn't block the light. And in the wind, because it's a lighter material, can flap around a little bit around the sides here. I haven't pegged this down, but even when it's pegged down here, this and that flaps around quite a bit. But you've got the 360 ventilation on the sides of the skull cap wrap anyway. if you needed the inside ones open and you've got them both shut, you just have to lift up the back, unpeg it, lift up the back. But it's not like a proper pegging thing. It's not like you just do that and you just lift it up. So all you do is you just hook it round. It's just elasticated at the back, all around the sides. So it's just a quick unhook. Lift it up, open them, open these ones. If it suddenly gets a bit too hot, it does have bottom ventilations on both the back of the bivvy and on the skull cap wrap. So you've just got these little things that you pull down. You've got them. That holds it open like that, and that goes around the whole bivvy. So you can do that, and the bivvy does the exact same thing. But this one opens, so you can have the inside vent open, and then pull that out, and that's a lot of ventilation just with those. I've done that before in 23 degree heat, where I've had the inside ones open, these ones closed, and just these ones open, and where there's been a lot of wind, that's more than enough ventilation already. So yeah, that's about it. That's it.
So you see what the back of the shape of this is so different to the Frontier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not flat. Well, as you say, it's not a flat back. What I like about it is if you get in a backwind, it's not gonna. That's what I like about this one. It's not gonna catch. It's just it splits with the Tempest. That's why it's so good in the wind. When it's stood up on its own without the poles, it feels more rigid than the Titan. But as soon as you get the poles on the inner Titan, and then you tighten it up, then you put the overwrap over it, it's freaking bomb-proof. This, not so much. Not so strong with the skull cap wrap on top of it. But it's still, you can tell it can still hold up against a fairly adequate. I'll take this out in a 70. Personally, I wouldn't recommend going out in a 70 because it's dangerous, but I would do it. But I'm a bit silly.
Because you're hard.
No, I'm just stupid. That's it. Trakker Tempest AV100 Bivvy.
So what do you get in the bag as you buy it?
As you buy it, in the bag as you buy it, you get the bivvy, obviously, the storm poles, the ground sheet. Yeah, that's it.
About doors.
Doors.
What doors do you get?
Now, I had to buy the clear door separate.
Do you get a solid door with it?
You get a solid door, and the solid comes with a mesh. You buy this one separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes off. Yeah, it just Velcro straight on. It goes over the mozzie mesh.
Right, so that's the door that comes with it.
Yeah, without that, that's what comes. Yeah, without the PVC. Yeah.
And what did that set you back? Can you say that in public?
Can I say that in public? We're talking Trakker here, so no, I can't say that in public.
So it wasn't 600?
It was not 600, no.
Right, so how much was the skull cap wrap?
The skull cap wrap itself, yeah. I think I paid like 240 something for it.
Wow.
Something like that. And you can look online to see it. Alright, $9.25 all told.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
The material's fantastic on this one. It's fantastic, but it's a lot of money.
Cool. Alright, so there you go, guys. The Frontier XV, the Trakker Tempest 100. If I had to do the option again, would I still pick the same way? Personally, yes, I would. I would pick the Frontier X over the Trakker. I don't think there's anything extra on the Trakker. For me personally, this is my personal opinion, I don't think there's anything extra on the Trakker that I don't get with the Frontier. And for £350 in your bin, I think personally I think the Frontier is better value for money. There's nothing else that I need to get for the Frontier, or the Frontier X, I should keep saying. As you can see, it's stood the test of time at the moment for the last few years. Don't get me wrong, I think the Trakker Tempest is a wicked piece of kit. I think the material on the Frontier is the 20,000 hydrostatic head, and that's also coated inside. I don't know if they call it a silicone coating or a ceramic coating, but it's ceramic a blackout coating anyway.
It's a blackout coating, yeah.
And it makes a difference. If you've got the door on and with nothing, no mozzie mesh or any vents open, it is pitch black in there, as in you can't see the hand in front of your face, black. So I've got no complaints with it. I think it's a great bit of kit. Like I say, it all comes in just one bag, and when you put the vapor shield back into its bag, that also fits in the bivvy bag as well, and there's still room in the bivvy bag for if you want to get the overwrap for it as well. For the price and what you pay for other systems, I don't think you can beat it. And by itself, obviously you've got the Trakker.
Yeah, I mean, that's just tried and tested for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, time's going to tell. Personally, it's whether things hold up or not.
Yeah.
So, if it does, I mean, it is a good design, for sure. But I just wanted to. I know I'm a sucker for going out in high winds. I don't care. I just go out in them, and I needed something that I knew would stand up to it. They're strong enough. The feature-wise, no, not really. There's not really many like features as such. But the more you add, the more.
Though, would you?
Eh?
Wouldn't mind a pocket.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Jesus. I would only put things in it and forget that it was in the pocket anyway. So pockets, maybe not a good idea for somebody like me. Definitely not, actually, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't mind zips on the inside for the vents, because that is a plus.
Yeah, you could unzip the vent, the mozzie on the Frontiers.
In the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the inside you can. You can't with a Trakker, and I like that. That I did like.
Right, guys. So there's our honest opinions on the two bivvies, comparing them together next to each other. So if you are in the market, you can make your own mind up. If it comes down to your budget, then it'd have to be the Fox, I think, definitely. Well,
yeah, obviously.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, again, you know, there's cheaper bivvies out there, cheaper than this one.
I mean, you can just get the skull cap, the normal skull cap, and that's, I don't know how much that is.
Does that all fit into one bag as well?
That won't go into that bag.
What?
Yeah, everything else goes into one bag, but that has its separate bag.
Right.
I've tried.
And it won't go in?
It won't go in. It won't go in. But yeah, slightly bigger bag maybe.
So anyway, that's our honest review and our honest opinions on each bivvy. They're both fantastic bits of kit. It'd be interesting to hear your views on the bivvies, and I hope that has given you an idea of what to look for in the bivvy. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click the like button. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications.
Yeah, you're rambling on like, you know,
like a pro.
Like a, no, well, yeah, maybe not pro.
Get your ball and go home.
I'm getting my ball.
On that note, guys, we'll speak to you later.